Why do most people fail social media and starting an online business? That's what we're going to talk about today. We just had finished a workshop on diving into the creator escape, making sure that everyone who attended could actually get the full extraction of a framework of the step-by-step process to actually make it online and to start a business online. So we're gonna go through these processes with you in a very, very quick aspect that we just did on this workshop with you right here, so you can get it as quick as possible without all the other stuff that is all the fluff. This is a direct approach that we want to give you. We're going to go through the business models, we're going to go through the creator operating system, and we're going to help you understand the strategy to get to $2,000 a month. You're going to hear from Eddie, you're going to hear stories from Chad, you're going to hear stories from Laura and Elena, and how you can just become like them. So let's dive into what we're going to talk about today. And I would love Ondra to start us off with understanding the business models that comes to starting a social media brand.
Absolutely, I'll dive right into that. But before, I want to say that originally we wanted to share the whole replay. We went for 2.5 hours, dove deep into these strategies, and unfortunately,
we lost it.
Because of some tech issues, we lost the recording. So I was just on my run and I was thinking, what can we do instead? And let's just do a video recap and see how that goes, go over it, and share also case studies and real examples of how people that we've already worked with, that we've helped, have implemented this in their situations, in their businesses, and actually grown. Because in the end, the thing is that it doesn't matter how many courses or how many webinars or seminars you watch, even books, how many you read, if you never implement what you've learned, it doesn't really lead anywhere, right? So the number one thing we talked about at first was the 3 main ways of where money comes from when it comes to social media, right? There's a big misconception that sometimes, if I have hundreds of thousands of followers or a million followers, I'm just gonna get super rich. But that's not the truth. That's not where the money comes from. So there's 3 main ways where the money comes from. It's views, sponsors, or sales. And for us, we mainly focus on sales, because if you do that, your brand will grow and sponsorship opportunities will come as well. And you'll get monetized from views as well by doing that, right? And there's different ways, different business models that you can go over. So I'll really quickly run through this, and then we'll share an example of how one of our members who joined our mastermind with our local workshops actually implemented this and blew up his business and
blew up. We'll tell you about it in a second here.
So there's a couple different business models. One is a creator business model, another one is more of an influencer business model. The main difference here, both create videos, and this was a little bit of a challenging thing. It sounds very similar, right? Both of these business models get paid for the videos. The difference is where the video gets posted. For a creator, you create the video and you sell the video itself. You don't post it on your own page, and that's it. As an influencer, you post it on your own page and you also get paid for your audience. So the difference is creator gets paid only for the video, for posting on somebody else's page, on the brand's page, whereas the influencer posts it on their own page and also gets paid for the audience. Then we have service-based businesses and product-based businesses. You can sell digital or physical products. Right? Physical products might be like a barbershop, for example, and you create content to get people into your barbershop. And digital services might be more like coaching or consulting or video editing, and you use content in your personal brand to get people interested in that. And then we have products. It can be also physical products, books, we have merch, right? Or things like that. And then you can have digital products, ebooks, courses, and other types of products, templates. And then we have affiliates, where the difference is you actually don't create your own services or products, but you get a commission on somebody else's product or service, right? So these are the quick business models, and obviously there's many different social media platforms as well that you can choose from, and that's where the story of Chad actually comes in.
Yeah, so Chad is an influencer. So in the business models that we're looking at, Chad is an influencer who sells services. And this is a do-it-yourself service that he sells. What we had to talk with Chad about is to really make sure that he knows what platform to choose. And that's the really complicated part that a lot of creators go towards, is like, I don't know what platform to choose. I don't know what I'm gonna sell. I don't know what kind of videos I'm gonna create. So when Chad came to us, he was like, well, I have this service and I have this idea. I'm posting on YouTube, I'm posting on TikTok, I'm posting on Instagram. I don't know where to go. And Chad at this point was at about 4,000 to 7,000 followers on TikTok. He was about at 400 or so followers on Instagram. I don't remember what YouTube was. And after we talked to him, he actually heard from us to go all in on TikTok. We told him, Chad, you gotta go all in on TikTok. You gotta really talk about Vietnam, because he's actually a travel guy who helps people move to Vietnam. That's his thing, from America. He wants to help people from America move to Vietnam. And after he took our advice, he grew to almost 40,000 followers on TikTok. We told him to go all in on TikTok and to continue to do this process. And now he's selling his digital products and he's making money almost with his content now. I believe he's making money with his TikTok actually already.
Yeah, he got invited on like a cool trip. He got paid to go on a trip and film videos.
That's exactly. So he's an influencer. He creates videos for his own page, and he's also a person using this influence to sell a product. And this product is actually a service. It's a service to help people go from USA to Vietnam. So we have to actually understand, first of all, even though people know what to do sometimes, it's actually about doing it. And so when it comes to this creator operating system that most people actually struggle with when it comes to this business, this is literally why most people fail, is because they don't have the internal power, the internal motivation to continue no matter the result. And this is because of one simple thing: perfectionism. Everyone wants to be perfect. I know I have wanted to be perfect for so long, and I will try to make a 10 out of 10 video, and I will try to wait until that video has been articulated and edited to the maximum, and then I still have it flop. And then I get so overwhelmed and I beat myself up for not getting any views. So for you, realize that you have to create your own level of perfection. What does perfection mean to you? So I would really recommend you to ask yourself, like, what am I going to grade myself on a scale of 1 to 10 on the content that I post, the quality of leads that I want, your daily routine, your discipline, and even just the standards for yourself? All these things matter. And if you don't ask yourself and be honest with yourself on how good of content can I produce that is perfect to you, not anyone else, that's how you're going to be able to succeed when it comes to the creator operating system. But one other thing is actually understanding your value. This is the other part when it comes to your creator operating system, is looking at your unique value online. Everyone is making videos. Like, there's millions and millions and millions of creators across all the different platforms. And until you can recognize that value within yourself, understanding your unique story, what you grew up with, what you have gone through, what challenges you've overcome, and then also what is the tool or the idea or the framework or the method that actually has gotten you through that. And then you also have to look at who you've actually helped and the people that you've touched. You go and find the followers and the people that actually are seeing your content, and you ask them, hey, like, how have I helped you? What do you like about this? And then you start to realize, this is my value. You get to know this over time, but also it starts within you. This is how you're going to create success using the creator operating system. And without the creator operating system attitude and mindset, you won't ever succeed. So I have to tell you about Laura. Actually, Ondra will tell you about Laura on an example of how the creator operating system is so extremely important.
Yeah. So Laura, when she came to me, she was feeling really stuck. She was already trying to put up some videos, and she was trying to start her coaching business in her case. And she felt a really big sense of perfectionism, but also a lot of imposter syndrome. She didn't see her value at first. And so we took her through this process and helped her overcome her imposter syndrome in a really simple way, just asking like, why are you good enough to do this? Why do you want to do this? And we dug into this, into finding her true value. And then she was able to go out there and start putting it out there, right? With the support, found her first ever client that was actually a pro bono client at first to really solidify that value. And it was really amazing. One day I just received a message from her with a photo. Her client actually sent her a brownie, like to my best mentor, this like big brownie in a box, and it was just to my best mentor. And so it was a really awesome, heartwarming moment. And that was when it flipped for her, and she was like, wow, I am more than good enough to do this. And she started putting it out there fully, and then she got her first paying client, her second paying client, and started building that momentum, right? So at first it might be really difficult to see your value, and once you start putting yourself out there, you start putting it out there, and you get that first win, you get that first client, the momentum will just start rolling. So after you go through this, that's the difficult part, right? Like, actually, okay, I feel this now, let me put it out there.
Yeah.
And hopefully the story of Laura inspires you a little bit more. And for the sake of this video, to keep it short, keep it snappy, let's keep it going. So last part that we talked about yesterday at the workshop was the strategy, the three-part strategy to get yourself to your first 2,000 a month online, which is, the first strategy is identify your niche, second part is the create your offer, and then third is to start making sales. In other words, who you talk to or who you target, who you sell to, what do you sell, what do you offer them, and then how do you actually do that, right? So when we talked about the niche, we talked about the niche onion. The niche onion, how you can start broad and go deeper. And this would be a great example of Eddie, who actually works with both of us even right now. And we took him through this process and it helped him a lot. So
yeah, Eddie has been actually trying to discover himself as a coach. He wants to be a public speaker. He wants to help so many different kinds of people. And he was like, well, I just want to help people. I don't know where to start. I love this self-development stuff, this self-love stuff. And I want to help people with their confidence. And as we talked to him more and more and more, he's like, you know what? I was an agency owner and I was struggling with my self-belief, the way that I was running my team, the way that I was believing in my systems and my morning routine, my evening routines, and my energy productivity. I couldn't even handle it all because it just felt so chaotic. And so what he's now figured out through our guidance, through understanding what elements to actually pay attention to that actually fire him up inside of his core niche, he then has now found out like, oh, I want to help people go from chaos to clarity, to peace. And this is all for agency owners. So people who are in businesses that are running six-figure agencies that have all these different elements of going on, their team, with themselves, and then their own personal life. He wants to help them navigate that entire process. And now he's figured that out. And now he just got his first 2 pro bono clients who are completely free. And one of them is definitely going to sign up and pay for his services because he is so incredibly good. And we've helped him figure that out because we've tapped into something that is truly his. But the last part about all of what we're talking about here is understanding the 3 C's. So Ondra, please, I would love to actually take this one from you and explain the 3 C's. The 3 C's, because I really want to help you understand what the 3 C's are. Eddie had to do this. He's really struggled with making content, and then this next part about making content is actually having conversations. And so this is so simple to look at when we look at this framework of just going from content to conversations to customers. This is the easiest process that you could ever think of when it comes to actually making money. And most people get caught up in just the content stuff and just make content and make content and make content and expect money just to produce. Oh, it's gonna come. Not exactly. You need a lot more structure than that. You need a lot more structure than that. So what we recommend is when people are actually talking to you, and that means by liking your stuff, commenting, following you, you have a conversation with them. You say, hey, what did you like about this? hey, did you get any value? Was this helpful to you? What did you like most about it? All these kinds of questions. And then you start to get to understand your audience and what they like, what they don't like. You get feedback. And then guess what? You ask them inside of these conversations, what can I do for you that would help you with X, Y, and Z? Or what would you pay for that would help you overcome X, Y, and Z? And so you can ask this as like a test run to all these new people that you're starting to interact with on your page. And then eventually you figure out, this is what people are looking for. This is the offer that I can create for them. And then guess what? For the new people that follow you, engage with you, like your stuff, talk to you, you have now something to offer them. And then you go through this conversation and you create content and you create conversations. And then eventually what happens is you get customers. You go through that process, you'll be like Elena. Tell them.
Right. So the thing is, with the online world, it's so confusing, right? We asked yesterday at the workshop, so many people raised their hand. It's like, have you ever been confused with the funnel or the process of like, how do I actually get the money out of this? So many people raised their hands. And that's why I created, and so I simplified this into the 3C framework. And that's where Elena was, exactly. She was just so confused and overwhelmed. She was like, I don't know what to do, how to go about this. Like, this is just feels like too much. I have to do this, create pages and funnels, and oh my God, I don't even know what these words mean. Where in the beginning, it can be really, really, really simple. And so when Elena learned this framework with me and she started using it, she started getting her first calls, right? And then from the calls, people started signing up. And now she has, I believe, 4 or 5 clients just after a few months of actually doing this and implementing this. And all she does is she writes content. She doesn't even make videos. Writes content on Facebook, has conversations with people, and then makes money by selling directly on the conversations. And she's doing really well. She's one of the most inspiring people I've met, and she's on top of the execution, right? Again, she's implementing this, just like you need to start implementing this as soon as you can. Otherwise, there are not going to be any results. And then we get into, okay, well, if we talk about, Chad and Laura and Eddie and Elena and probably many, many others that we could mention, and of course our own stories and our own successes, why is it that if it's this simple and this other people have done it, why do most people still fail, right? Like, just like we asked in the beginning of the video, most people when they start their businesses still fail because it is not easy. And it takes a long time. Like for us, it took what, like 7 years to figure this out?
7 years, damn it. 7 years of hard work and failures.
I know, right? It is crazy. And that doesn't mean that it has to take you 7 years, right? It doesn't have to take you 7 years. You can bypass all of these. There's these little nuances like, okay, what exactly do I say? How do I say it? How do I create the content? What do I write? Or what do I say on this video, right? All these little things where so much trial and error that we've done over the past 7 years to get to the point where we can actually do this for a living and help so many people. And that's why we created this amazing system, gamified roadmap that we are calling Creatoria, which is separated into 5 chapters with 5 levels each, where at every level you get a lesson, you get a worksheet, but most importantly, you get a quest that you have to implement in your business immediately during that time, and you cannot really move past that level, right? Have you ever bought a course or been through a course where you're like, okay, now I've learned through all this course and I don't know what to do because I'm confused, it's overwhelming, and I don't know what exactly to implement and how to go about this. This system walks you through it in a very simple way, step by step, where every time, at every level, you will know exactly what to do. And on top of that, like we said yesterday, we're giving you access to the Academy of Creatives as well. So every week you will have 2 meetings with other players of the Creatoria game and also to us, so we can brainstorm and we can help you tweak it so you get to the next level as fast as possible. You start from the very scratch. You don't need to know absolutely anything. And by level 25, you'll be making money and you will be able to replace your job or to replace your main career with this online business. And that's why I'm super, super excited about this journey.
Guys, don't waste your time trying to figure it out on your own. Join the community, find Creatoria, and follow this step-by-step gamified roadmap, and you will find success within your business, and you will not go through the 7 years of struggles that Ondra and I had to go through, and many other people who try to do this on their own. You will have a community, you will have the exact step-by-step format. We will literally give it to you, literally step-by-step. It's not something you have to figure out on your own anymore. You will have the whole process given to you. And so join the community. There's a link down below, and we'll help you get into the community, start taking action right away on all the things of where you're currently at in your business, and we'll help you, guide you through that. We're gonna give you a call right as you join, so to make sure you're integrated into the community, so that way you don't feel lost and you know exactly how to start executing immediately. We'll see you guys in there.